Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone, those who are here online, and also for those who will be watching this video later. So let's get started. We'll start with a kirtan. I will first of all mute everyone so that okay, we are able to do the kirtan. But I would suggest that all of you, as I am doing the kirtan, although you may be on mute, but you can also join in the kirtan with me. It is very, very simple. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatodeshatarine जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. Now, as I sing, I will sing first one Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and I want you to repeat, every one of you to repeat. You, if you want, you can put your cameras on, and you can. I want you to clap along with this, and I will tell you why we need to clap along with this. Because when you clap along with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what will happen is the the lines in your hands as you do this will start changing. That means your destiny will start changing. So who doesn't want the destiny to change? So this is like, okay, as we participate in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is said in our scriptures that just as like, okay, underneath a tree, if there are many birds who are sitting on the tree, and underneath the tree, if someone goes ahead and claps, what happens? All the birds fly away. Similarly, when we clap during the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what happens is all our sins, all our past bad karmas, they also fly away. So let us all actively sing with this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is the most divine mantra. This is the mantra of this Kali Yuga. Let's start. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jai Jai Radha Kunja Bihari Bol Jai Jai Radha Kunja Bihari Bol Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Om Jayam Vishnupada Paramhansa Parivrajakacharyam Ashtottar Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace अभय चरणारविंद शिल भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकचर्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद इस डिवाइन ग्रेस शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। कलयुग पावन हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। हरेर नामेव केवलम कलौ नास्तेव 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 गतिरन्यथा। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौरंग कुटी भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य। यू कैन ऑल रेज योर हैंड्स। प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवाशादि गौर भक्त वृंद। वी कैन ऑल से टुगेदर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानंद माधवम श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयो मुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. Thank you all once again for joining, and I am very, very grateful for all of you, and especially to Dhruva Mataji, who, out of her love for her all the members in the family, um, and the friends, she has invited, like, okay, all of you to attend this session. This is Saturday. Today is a Saturday morning in United States. I know in other parts like in India, Nepal, it is Saturday evening. It's a weekend, and at every point in the life, we have a choice of what we can do, and what we choose to associate with, that becomes our nature. So, for example, if if there is a drug addict or a smoker, he does not become a smoker or a drug addict by his own, like, okay, by not seeing anyone. Of course, he has come in association, like, okay, when someone goes to the college, like, okay, if they say that, okay, oh, why don't you try this? And they try a smoke. And after trying, even though, like, okay, they may technically know, like, before even trying this, they may technically know that this is not good. But because in that company, they feel good. So because of that, that they end up trying that smoke, and slowly they get addicted. Similarly, same thing for the drug addict as well. Okay, same thing for, if you see, if someone is inclined to do business, how do they do business? They come in association with someone who is doing business. They somehow get inspired. Oh, I also want to do this. And that's how people start doing business. So when you meet with a alcoholic, or when you associate with an alcoholic, you end up being an alcoholic. When you associate with a smoker, you end up being a smoker. When you associate with some illicit sex monger, we also tend to become like that. Someone who is into this prostitution, okay, we tend to become like that. And if someone associates with a gambler, they become like that. And if someone associates with a sadhu, they also, what is a sadhu? A sadhu means one who has saintly characteristics, who a the the sadhu means one who is nishkapat, one who is unmotivated, okay, who does not have any ulterior motive, okay, and who is compassionate to everyone, okay, who is para dukhe dukhi, who always thinks that, okay, how can I give whatever I have, how can I give whatever to everyone? Not thinking that, okay, how can I get what others have into my pocket? No, that's not the nature of a sadhu. So, and in this case, we are studying, let me tell everyone, we are studying the Bhagavad Gita. We are we are actually studying the practical applications of Bhagavad Gita as it has been taught to us by the founder Acharya of ISKCON. His name is Abhay. His name is Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajakacharya. Ashtottara Satashri Srimad, His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Arvind Shila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shila Prabhupada. So the name is long, it may seem like that. His name is, we call him in short as Srila Prabhupada. But whenever there is a distinguished personality, like they have a lot of titles, right? He's MBA, he's he's MBBS, FRCS. So he, a sadhu, is known like, okay, with a lot of honor, with a lot of love, like we call him like that. And why do we do that? Because he came, just many of you may not know. So I just want to share, because we should know that, okay, what are we what are we studying and who has given this? When we eat some good food, right? What happens? What is the next thought that comes to our mind? Who has cooked it? Right? Who has cooked it? Right? If we go, if we get a nice gift, right? Like, okay, if the child gets nice gift, they will say, okay, who gave it? Okay, they will look at the face and they will really be appreciative. So similarly, when we are when we go to a college, what do we see? Which college am I going to? Who are my teachers? Oh, that teacher is good. That teacher is not so good. So the credential of Srila Prabhupada, it is like this. He came to the United States, to this Western world, at the age of 70. Why did he come here? He came here not to earn any money, not to open temples. That was, he in fact started from India with only 40 rupees. And as you know, like 40 rupees in those days, that was, you wouldn't even get one meal actually here in US. But that's what he started with. And that's all he had. He had no arrangement for living here. And why did he come here? He he came at the order of his spiritual master. His spiritual master said that, okay, go to the Western world and educate them on this Krishna consciousness. Why? Because everyone is disconnected from God. Because of being disconnected from God, they are all suffering in this material nature. And they're all disturbed. Their mindsets are disturbed. They're suffering. They're most unfortunate. They're short-lived. They have short lifespan, but they're running after some things like, okay, which are not of much meaning. With that in mind, Srila Prabhupada, he he wrote books. He planned this like he started writing books like and then like when he was ready to travel at the age of 70, he started in a cargo ship. Okay. Now I want to ask all of you, how many of you have been in a cargo ship? Has anyone traveled in a cargo ship? You can raise your hand. Okay. I am pretty confident none of you have gone into a cargo ship. I have had the opportunity of seeing what a cargo ship looks like. And trust me, it is not like any passenger ship. It is just, it is meant for carrying like just cargoes, just the goods. And in that journey, he had 2 heart attacks, but he did not give up. He still came. He was constant in his prayer, and he came to give something that is that can really transform our lives. So if so in the past, like in the we have just started with the Bhagavad Gita sessions. And in the past, we discussed few things. So one of the things I just wanted to share is like, okay, for those of you who know that, okay, in within the life, if any one of you, is there any one of you like who is having difficulty or problem in life? I want to ask, like you can raise your hand. How many of you feel that, okay, in life there are problems? Okay, let me just see. Only one person. Okay, only 2% feels that, okay, in life there are problems. Okay, I can see the hands. Yeah, yes, some of the hands up. Okay. So those who are honest, I can say that, okay, they're raising their hands. Okay. So now, thank you, everyone. So whole idea, as we studied in our earlier sessions, I want to show you a video actually. Before I go to all these other things, I want to show you something that is happening, that is hot and happening. Okay, it is happening in the current world, in the world that we are living. So just be very attentive to what I'm sharing now so that we can all look through this one. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and I will share the sound also. Let me know if it is not audible. So, okay. Okay, what happened here? Okay, here it is. The word. Okay, so I think the share went away. Give me one moment. We should be able to hear it now.
Most influential have lost their homes, with Hollywood Hills burning. Los Angeles sees the worst
Is
ever
it audible?
fire in its history. All it took was a spark, open lands, and strong winds. With firefighters doing all they can, nature they couldn't beat. More than 5,000 structures, including homes, cars, and businesses, have lost their homes, with Hollywood Hills burning. Los Angeles sees the worst ever fire in its history. All it took was a spark, open lands, and strong winds. With firefighters doing all they can, nature they couldn't beat. More than 5,000 structures, including homes, cars, and businesses, have been lost. $57 billion worth property of luxury and beyond is now in ashes. With 5 lives lost and some injured, people are devastated. As fire continues to spread, the situation seems difficult to control, but for now the winds have eased out. Prayers for the loss and unrest are the need of the hour, and we request you to chant the Maha Mantra for their benefit. When money and superseding technology can fail one, the powerhouse of Mother Nature, Lord Krishna's external energy, cannot be forgotten.
In this world, it is sadly true that surprises that lead to pain are most common, and that suffering is inevitable. It is in times like these that we remind ourselves of promises of the Bhagavad Purana. The Bhagavatam promises us the world of Vaikunta where there are no miseries, and for those who have accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation and is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Mura demon. The ocean of the material world is like the water contained in a calf's hoofprint. Their goal is Param Padam, Vaikunta, the place where there are no miseries, not the place where there is danger at every step.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So I hope all of you were able to hear this. Was it audible?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Thank you for confirming. So as you can see, this is a latest story. I don't know how many of you are aware, but in California, in the Hollywood, there is a forest fire, and all of it started with just one spark. And as you observed in the video, it is still burning, but so far the damage is like $57 billion. Consider it, like, okay, these are the people who are the most sophisticated in the society. They are considered the icons, like they are the most richest and the rich, famous, okay, and they have all types of power, okay, that you can think of. So what went wrong? This is where Bhagavad Gita comes into action. I just want to take a step back and share a few things here. So let me go ahead and share my screen. What the Bhagavad Gita says is that there are three types of miseries in this world. Let us look at what those three types of miseries are. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Those three types of miseries, because it is very, very important. If we do not understand why we need this, then it will not be that important. So we have to understand what are the three types of miseries that each of us are facing through. The first one is, it's called Adhyatmic Klesh. Adhyatmic Klesh means problems due to body and mind. Okay. Physical problem, health related problems, or mental problems. Distress, stress. As you can see, like, okay, there are suicide rates that have tripled in the past 25 years. I know some of you are from the universities. Do you see it relevant? Like in the universities, there is a lot of academic pressure. Sometimes like people face, there is a lot of lack of family support. Like, okay, oh, I don't have any friends, I am not lovable. Stress is an impacting factor. Okay, this is one of the things Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. He summarizes there are three types of miseries everyone is going through. We may not be going through all of them. It could be any one of them, or it could be multiple of them. So this is miseries due to body and mind. Then there is Adhyatmika Klesh. That means, so these are the same ones. These are the Adhyatmika Klesh, and then the next one is Adi Bhautika Klesh. So Adi Bhautika Klesh is any other living entity. If we are being harassed by any other living entity, it could be it could be humans, it could be other living entities. Now, sometimes like there are bugs at house, or there is someone like a neighbor or a family member who is mistreating us. We are being abused, or we are abusing someone. In some cases, as you can see, there is a pickpocket here, taking something away. It causes a distress, right? There are terrorists. They're causing distress. Terrorism is a serious problem. Bhagavad Gita is going into those details. And then there is, in this, the third type of distress is the Adi Daivika Klesh. In Adi Daivik Klesh, it is problems due to all these natural disasters. We just saw an example of forest fire. But other than that, there is tsunami. There are cyclones. There are earthquakes. So many different type of distresses. So with all this distress, okay, we as human beings, we are always trying to find solution of these distresses. And what does the Bhagavad Gita say? Like, okay, the Bhagavad Gita is saying that, okay, ultimately, we are all spirit souls. We are all part and parcel of Krishna. You know what is a part and parcel? Let me give you an example. Let's say there is a big fireball. Okay, and when that big fireball, okay, sometimes have you seen in those I remember that in India, I had been to some of those fairs. They call it Mela. When you go to Mela, there are some games. Okay, and in that games, they throw the fireballs. Okay, and when they throw the fireballs, sometimes you will see some small sparks of fire comes down from there. It need not be just fireball, but you may have seen sometimes there's a big mass of fire and some spark of fire is coming there. Now, let's say this spark of fire, it falls on a dry grass, what will happen? What will happen to the dry grass? Anyone wants to say?
It will be burned.
It will burn, yes.
It will catch fire.
It will catch fire, correct. Right? So it will catch fire. But if that same fire, if that same spark falls on a wet grass, then what will happen? It will fall there. It will try to burn, but then slowly because the grass is wet, slowly it will close, right? And the third is, let's say, if this spark falls on a water, then what will happen? It will immediately extinguish, right? So similarly, why I said this example, please try to hear very attentively. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that Aham Bij Prajapita. I am the seed-giving father of all living entities. Mamai Vangsho Jiva Loke. Mamai Vangsho. That means every jiva is my angsha, is my part and parcel. That means every living entity, not human being. Because I know, okay, some people think that, okay, only human beings have soul, but that's not the thing. Every living being has soul. It could be an ant. There's a soul in the ant. Okay. And we are functioning as long as the soul is within us. Okay. As soon as the soul moves out of the body, we say he passed away. If he is the body, then why do we say he passed away? The body is still here only. He is here only. What passed away? It is the soul which passed away. Till the soul is in the body, the soul is the living force. It is the spiritual spark. Now, I gave you that example of that fireball. Why did I give that example? That is because as living entities, we have a quality. What we associate with, we become that. Okay, we were earlier part of that fireball. That fireball considered as Krishna. But then because of our impurities, we fell from there. Okay, and as we are falling over here, what we associate with, we become like that. If we fall in a dry grass, then it catches fire. We still continue to have that same property of burning. If we fall in a wet grass, means we will extinguish. And in water, it extinguishes. So these three are the gunas. Dry grass is like sattva gun. In sattva gun, they are very favorable for connecting with the source of this fire, that is Krishna. In Rajogun means passion. Always, I want to work hard. I want to make more money. Yes, I am very ambitious. Arey man, you are ambitious, but what are you ultimately trying to do? If you die the next moment, okay, do you know whether you will get a human birth? No, a human birth is not guaranteed. In next birth, you may be an animal. And we'll talk about like how one gets this. But think about it, like one may be a millionaire, one dies a millionaire. So in the next birth, let's say hypothetically he gets a human birth, okay. He has a Bank of America account, okay, or whatever bank, like whichever city you are in, he has an account, and in that account there's million. Now a child is born, in the last birth he was a millionaire. As soon as the child is born, he will cry. Wah, wah, wah. But as soon as he is born, will he cry? Yes, look at my Bank of America account. It has $1 million. He has no idea. He has to again learn ABC. And this time, if he's not fortunate enough, he may be born in a poor family. He may not even get a human life. So Bhagavad Gita is dealing with these things. The Bhagavad Gita is telling that, okay, we saw about these three types of miseries: the problems due to body and mind, the problems due to other living entities, and problems due to natural disasters. Every living entity is entrapped in these problems. And once a living entity is born, they have to face these problems. Now, let me ask this. How many of us are there who wants this type of problems? Okay, let me put it this way. How many of us are there who do not want this problem? Let me see how many of us agree on that. Okay. I see many of us do not want this problem. So if we do not want, the people who do not want this kind of problem, Bhagavad Gita is for them. Who wants to make a permanent solution to this problem? That is the audience for Bhagavad Gita. If we are saying that, okay, I do not want this problem, that means we are the right audience for this type of, for Bhagavad Gita. Because in that case, the person is trying to inquire that, okay, why am I having this problem? Think about it. If there is a queue of animals, like who are there, some of these in slaughterhouses. Okay, in slaughterhouses, when there are animals who are put in the queue, sometimes the animals are given their food to eat. So let's take, for example, there are many goats who are put in the line. Okay, and they are about to be chopped. Their head is about to be chopped. What happens is, like, okay, the goats, there are 100 goats. Slowly, one by one, goats are getting, their head is being chopped, and the next goat is busy eating grass. They are happy eating grass. Okay, and then the next time is his turn. He goes there next. His head is chopped. The next goat is again busy eating grass. Then he is being pulled. His head is. But let's say, for example, it was a human being in that case. What would the human being do? Okay, we are given ice cream. We are eating ice cream. We are also standing in a queue, and suddenly we see that, okay, two men are called inside and they did not come outside. Hey, what did that happen? Huh? We'll be curious. Is he safe? Am I in the right queue? Am I getting into the right queue? We become concerned because we have been given this intelligence to understand. This we have to understand. Now, let me show you something. Okay, this is the difference between animal and us. We have been given that intelligence to kind of question, am I doing the right thing? How many of us are there who really question, like, okay, who really question things, like, okay, am I doing the right things? How many of you feel like, you can raise your hands? We 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 question that, okay, is this the right thing that I'm doing, or would that be the right thing? We want to make a solution to our problems. Okay, but if we have that questioning nature, then we have to understand that, okay, yes, I'm carrying that human tendency. As a human being, I am supposed to be doing this. So let us see, my dear friends, let us see that, okay, what, as a human being, what do we do generally? What are our nature? Let me share my screen here. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Prabhu, visible.
Okay, thanks. So, what is the difference between the animals and the human being? Let's see. We eat, animals also eat. Agreed? Then
Yes.
animals also sleep.
Yes.
Okay. There is mating, okay. Animals also mate. We also engage in mating. We also engage in defense. Animals also are. Even if you see a dog, like I don't know, in US, like generally it's not the case, but if you go in India, I'm sure the same has been Nepal as well. Okay, if you see a dog from a different colony coming in, other dogs will start barking. Hey, you have intruded into my area. So its defense mechanism is there in the animals. So as you can see, this eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, this is common. And what I was trying to tell just prior to that is, then what is the difference? There has to be a difference. All the animals, okay, animals are also very smart. They have been equipped with different type of, they have been also given different type of nature. They are also intelligent, but they do not have the ability to question. One who has the ability to question, one who thinks that, okay, how can I make a solution to my problem? Like, okay, if one is, if consider that, okay, if anyone in your family is sick, what do we try to see? We try to find a doctor. If you have a if you have a water leakage in your house, what do we try to find? We try to figure out a plumber. If there is someone with a serious disease, you try to get the best doctor there to the best of your capacity. Why are we doing that? Because we have been given that capacity that, okay, yes, I want to make a solution to my problem. But my dear friends, the challenge is that, okay, no matter, okay, we can make an end, we can find a fix to our current problem. But how many of you feel that, okay, we are always in some or the other problem? Do you think that is relevant for your case? That, okay, yes, my that problem is over. I thought, okay, that was the end of it. But then now I'm with a new problem. Is that correlatable with others? That, okay, now I did not think that this would be a problem, but now I have another problem. Those who are studying, you may feel that, okay, oh, I thought that last semester was also only difficult, but now I have a different semester to deal with, and I have tougher subjects here. Is this correlatable? So the Bhagavad Gita is talking about how do we make a permanent solution to our problems. One who is thinking that, okay, I want to make a permanent solution to my problem is thoughtful, is introspective, and is the right candidate, like, okay, who would be who can receive the solution that Krishna is providing. It is actually for every one of us. If one thinks that I am not in a problem, that is good, but it is temporary. It is just a matter of time, because the nature of this world is that we will be inflicted in problems. It is just a matter of time. So, having said that, I want to mention that, okay, we talked about, okay, the different types of sufferings that one person is inflicted in. But then within this suffering also, there is a question that, okay, what are the different types of problems that one undergoes through? I want to share this, although I covered it in the last session or the previous one, okay, I want to go through this because there are many new people who have joined. And I just thought, okay, for the benefit of all, it may be a revision for our existing members as well. So let us see, for those of you who are, whether you are in the, whether in the university or anywhere, you can correlate with this. Many of us have many different types of problems. So what are the problems in your life? And please, my dear friends, just look at this. If you can correlate, if you can correlate with this, a person feels that, okay, I have a problem because I do not have a good physique, or someone thinks that, okay, I don't have any job. Someone thinks I have a family problem. Else someone thinks that, okay, I do not have enough bank balance. A youngster may think that, okay, I don't have any girlfriend. Even nowadays in middle age or a old person also may think about that. The world is trending in that direction. Someone may think, okay, many of your students, so you may feel that, okay, oh, I failed in my exam. Someone may say, I'm not good looking. So these are problems. Are these the genuine problems? See, these are problems, but these may not be the real problems. So we have to understand what is actually the real problem. A real problem is something that is common to all. No one wants it, but nobody can avoid it. This is something that we have to understand. What are these real problems? So those real problems are birth, death, old age, and disease. Can any of us really avoid this problem? No. If you see the other problems, the problems that we saw, those problems may not be common to all, because one may have no money, another may have money. One may have a family problem, another may not have a family problem. One may have a good physique, another may not have a good physique. So one may have a girlfriend, another may not have a girlfriend. So it is not a real problem. But this problem is really real: birth, death, old age, and disease. This is how many of us really agree that death is a problem? How many of you really don't want death? Is there anyone who doesn't want death?
Nobody.
No one wants that, right? Yes, thank you, Damanta Mataji. Okay, thank you for sharing that. At least let us be honest. Okay, do we really want to have death? Let's say we are right now here. Okay, and death is something that it does not knock on anyone's door and say, okay, your time is up. No, doesn't give it. See, think about it. I want to tell you one something to introspect on. Just think about it. If there is, and I know some of you are in the university, so I want you to think about this, because when you come out of the university, you want a good job. Let's say you are being given an option that here is a first you are being told the salary. There is $1 million job. If you work in this job, you will be given $1 million. And you know what? Uh, would you be interested in that? Like, okay, there is absolutely no criteria. The criteria is like, okay, you just need to be able to, you should be able to write, okay, A, B, C, D. That's it. That is the only criteria. How many of you think that, okay, you will do that job? Just the criteria is you shouldn't be able to write A, B, C, D. Okay. Just our Param Prabhu. That's it. No one wants to do this job. I will also do this job.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So this is the only criteria, that okay, you should be able to write. But then they say that okay, yes, see, the thing is you will get $1 million, but then the thing is, once you are done with your, I means when you in this job, you will be given $1 million, but you will have to stay in office. We'll give you all facilities. All your family members also will be given accommodation here. Everything, they will be given accommodation. They can come also and stay with you. That's fine. And you have to be in the office. You can bring anyone you want here. But as soon as you leave the building, you have to give back whatever you got. Okay. So you must have got 1 million every month. You work for 6 months. When you go out, you will have to give back $6 million. Then you will say, are you crazy? What kind of offer is this? Okay. What kind of offer is this? You are offering 5-6 million, and then like, you are taking back everything as I leave the building. I don't want this job. But my dear friends, for those of you who are attentively listening, this is our condition in this world. We are trying to spend time on everything that we are not going to take with us. We are spending time on each and everything that we are spending is something that we will not be taking care with us. We do not get a knock, your time is up. Anything that we are doing, just think about it in your life. But bhakti, the devotion, is something that we carry with us as we move in our onward journey outside of this life also. The life is not just a one-time life and enjoy as you do and you're done. No, based on what we are doing in this life, we have an afterlife also. And in this life, whatever we are doing, see, the nature, our soul carries with us some of the samskars or the subtle characteristics of what we have assimilated from our previous lifetimes. You might see many of us come with some inherent behavior. Where is that coming from? It is coming from our previous lifetimes. Some may be very very much interested in sleeping. Some may be very much interested in eating. Some may be very much interested in eating some rotten food. Okay, some may be very much interested in they may be very much revolting, argumentative. Where are these coming from? And yet some others may be very peaceful in nature. They are all coming from the previous samskars, which means that okay, this soul that we have, okay, it is carrying on in its journey, and that is our real identity. That is what Bhagavad Gita is saying. And anyone who desires that, okay, yes, I want to end my whatever I've gone through, it's fine. Okay, I did not know about this, but now from now on, I want to take shelter of Krishna, and I want to surpass this thing and come out of this. That is a person for whom Bhagavad Gita is. And one who takes shelter of Krishna, Krishna says, that means, see, the Bhagavad Gita is a message between Arjuna and Krishna. So one who takes the instructions of Krishna as Arjuna had taken, what was the result of that? Arjun did not want to fight. But when he heard the Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, he said, okay, I will do whatever you say, Krishna. He became motivated to fight. How is that helpful in our lives? We are also fighting different battles. Some may be fighting a battle in the university. Some may be fighting a battle in the family life, trying to sustain. Some may be fighting a battle. And when I say university, fighting a battle in the sense, like, okay, trying to study, trying to balance your timing. I mean that as a battle, not really literally fighting with anyone. But some yet others may be trying to fight, like, okay, for their loved ones who may be undergoing through some serious illness, trying to keep them motivated, trying to keep themselves motivated. Some may be trying to take care of their old parents. And when you are taking care of that, like, okay, trying to keep yourself also stable through that process is also important, right? So, and sometimes we go into our up times and there are down times. That is our nature. But Bhagavad Gita is teaching us how we can be always, by taking the shelter of Krishna, how we can be always be in a steady state. And not just that, how we can permanently come out of this cycle of birth and death. Most importantly, that way we do not have to, like, till this lifetime, I have lived million lifetimes, whatever I've gone through, that's fine. But how is it that I do not have to undergo these things, sufferings from now on? I don't want another life. I want to, for them, Bhagavad Gita opens for them the doors back to Godhead. That means back to the spiritual world. And what is that? That is discussed in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And I will just share that. And with that, I will end today's session. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So this is the verse. Let me just show this. And with this, we'll stop here. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, 5th verse, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram यह प्रायति स मद्भवाम yati nasti atra samshaya. Whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this, there is no doubt. So, one who remembers Krishna at the time of his death, that person goes back to the spiritual world. Of this, there is no doubt. Krishna is saying, guaranteed. His stamp is there. Are, I can also remember. We can think like that, right? No, anyone cannot remember. Whatever we, at the end of the life, what happens, Krishna is telling that, okay, our entire life goes like a quick movie in few seconds. And whatever we are most attached to, that becomes the cause of our next birth. So let's say one person is very attached to a dog. Okay, at the end of his life, his entire life will move like a movie in few microseconds actually, and then the dog's picture will come up, and that person will take up a dog birth. In the next birth, he will be a dog. That's what Bhagavad Gita is saying. Some person may be attached to a family members. They will come to the same family, but this time no one will know that, okay, they were earlier born in the same family. So this time they will have new persons and they may not have the same experience. They may be very loved earlier, but this time they may be hated. So it is Krishna is also saying here that yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajati ante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tad bhavita. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. That means whatever, that is exactly what I was telling earlier, that whatever a person remembers at the end of his life, if he remembers Krishna, he goes back to the spiritual world. He does not need to take any birth. He is in the most blissful state. And one who takes to Krishna consciousness, one who takes shelter of Krishna, one who understands this nature of the message of Bhagavad Gita and takes to this, what happens is his this life also becomes very blissful, and afterlife also is most blissful. One who is unable to take shelter of that, what happens is he goes through sufferings, and then ultimately, okay, at the end of the life, it is he takes birth depending on whatever he's most attached to. So that is the summary. I just thought of sharing. If there is any questions or comments that you have, we can take that, and then we can go from there. Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I tried to summarize everything within like 1 hour so that okay, we can have a question answer session if there is anything okay, for the next few minutes. So does anyone have any questions or any comments? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Anyone has any question or any comments or any suggestion? Was it understandable? Yes, Sanjay Krishna Chandra Prabhu. I'll just come to you. I'm just seeing if anyone is there. Okay. I think no one has any questions other than you and Shama Karunamai Mataji. Yes, Sanjay Krishna Chandra Prabhu. Thank you for joining us and blessing me.
Thank you, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. So,
Thank
Prabhu, how can we reach the goal of our ultimate goal is Bhagavad Dham in Antakale cha Mamebo. So, how can we remember Krishna in Antakale? Please, what types of practice we can do in our life, then we reach Krishna. We can go to our Golok Dham.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Our Sanjay Krishna Chandra Prabhu is a very compassionate Vaishnav and okay, although okay, he may know, but just for my purification and just for the purpose of others, okay, he really wants to ask this. It's a very nice question. How can we remember how can we understand that the goal to go to the spiritual world, but how can we apply this in our life? So in order to practice this, in order to remember Krishna at the end of the life, it is very, very essential that we are able to practice this from the from the current stage. And the best way to do that is by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, so devotees like even like whenever if someone is a beginner, what we start doing is we start chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What this Hare Krishna Mahamantra does is it starts the cleansing process of our heart. Okay, we are in this world, we have carried many experiences from the past, and we have a lot of experiences in this current life, which takes us away from Krishna. We want to, we will be very, we want to do everything for our pleasure. We cannot do anything that does not give us pleasure. And somehow, because we have forgotten Krishna, in our soul, because it is part and parcel of Krishna, it is very pure, but it is covered with dust, okay, all around, clouded. And if when we start chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what happens is this clouds gradually starts clearing. And ultimately, when we continue this process, when we are in the association of the devotees, we have to seek out for the right association of the devotees. That way we are also inspired, motivated in our journey. We are able to chant, and then we come regularly hearing these spiritual discourses. That way we are able to continue our journey. And the fourth thing is gradually we should focus on the diet. So just to summarize, this is called as the ABCD rule. A stands for association, getting the saintly association, and coming to hear these discourses. We should not hear from anywhere and everywhere, because there are so many things. And some of these discourses, although they may seem to be spiritual, but if they are not bona fide, it will not purify our heart. So we should understand that, okay, whomever we coming in the right association, I would suggest like Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee. So if we come in association of the devotees in ISKCON, like, okay, at least initially when we start like that, that is one thing, association. B is for books, reading the right set of books. Srila Prabhupada has given very nice scriptural books, which all of us can understand. We all have tendency to read, we all have tendency to talk, so we can read that. Third is chanting. C for chanting, coming together and chanting. We have a morning japa session. Our Dhruva Mataji also joins, and look, many of you who are here, look, they join. Param Prabhu, Sanjay Krishna Chandra Prabhu, he joins, and Ashok Keshav Chandra Prabhu. So, and then D is diet. Diet is where we try to avoid any food that is non-vegetarian. Okay, and we try to offer it to Krishna with love, just like a father. Okay, if we offer food with love to Krishna, then that food becomes sanctified. And how we can offer it? We just in our home, like, okay, even if we are non-vegetarian currently, the easiest way to do that is there may be some items which are cooked which are vegetarian, where we are not using onion garlic. We can just put that. If we are not able to leave our non-vegetarian taste, just take whatever vegetarian has been cooked without onion garlic, just put tulsi leaves on that, and just offer that plate to Krishna. Chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And then request Krishna that, oh Krishna, you are the master of this entire creation, and I am just very insignificant person. What can I offer you? All these fruit, vegetables you are only giving. Now, but I have brought this very little thing out of love for you. Please accept this. And please bless me so that I get a lot of attraction towards you, so that I become your devotee, so that I become a pure devotee of yours. Why pure devotee? Because something that is pure, right? That a pure devotee can do the best service. In our home, we have utensils. When we clean the utensils, do we use the like cooked utensil for making the next item? No, we clean it nicely. Why? We purify it. So similarly, one that is pure, that is best utilizable in Krishna's service. And what is this Krishna service? It starts with serving our family. This is the family that Krishna has given us. Whatever we look at, if we look at a flower, we think, oh wow, this flower I did not create it. Scientists did not create it. Krishna has created it. We see so many trees around. We see, oh, so many trees are there. How are they coming in this world? They are all Krishna's creation. When we look at the sun, we think, Arey, I am not pulling the rope to bring the sun in. Arey, no, it's not me. It is happening by its own. And how is it happening? It is happening. Maya Dekshe Konte. Krishna is saying, under my direction, oh Arjun, these are all happening. And in the last session, we discussed, just like in a necklace, in a pearl necklace, just like the string is there, which no one can see. So similarly, Krishna is that string behind who is orchestrating everything. So if we remember this principle, and in these sessions, we discuss so many examples. If we try to remember these examples, then that will, okay, just try to think about these examples. Oh, wow. When Krishna is telling that I am the taste of water. So when we are drinking water, we think we feel thirsty. And then just after drinking water, we feel, oh, I am satisfied. Where is it that satisfaction coming from? It is Krishna, Krishna's taste. Krishna is saying that, okay, the taste in the vegetables that you're giving, I am giving. With the moon's light, I am giving that taste. Think about it. If we only had rice, nothing else. In morning we eat rice, only rice, afternoon rice, evening rice. It will be so pathetic. But Krishna is giving us those vegetables. He's explicitly, clearly telling like what I am giving you. Just like a father is very careful to, very much concerned about his children, he's giving us that. So I hope that was helpful, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, I know Shama Karunamai Mataji, you had a question? Or you
Hare
any
Krishna
comment?
Prabhu. Pranam, Pranam.
Ma'am.
I had a question on similar lines, but with the answer, my question is answered that you mentioned Antakalecha means at the fag end of life. So the question was, how do we know that what is our end of life? But with your answer, I got the answer actually.
Thank you.
And this class was so amazing that we may be reading Bhagavad Gita or we may have heard so many discourses, but the way you explained, the way Srila Prabhupada has given this message so simply, it is so amazing that the eyes, my eyes are open, like, okay, how to understand this Bhagavad Gita and what is the purpose of my life and all the sufferings and everything that we are going through, what is the reason behind it and how to come out of it. So I'm very, very thankful. It was an amazing class. Of course, I have heard it so many times, but every time I hear your class, it brings back, it creates an impact that stays, and it helps me a lot. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
All glories to our Guru Varga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I am just a menial a peon who delivers the letters, and a peon's job is just to deliver the letters as they are. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada has given this wonderful science actually. This Krishna consciousness is a science. It's a very, very experiential science. One who is sincere, one who tries this, they can experience this. So if you are genuinely interested, it does not matter. I know some of us um, who may have just attended, okay, if you really want to experience the reciprocation of Krishna, if you have a desire, then this science is for you. See, we may have reciprocation from our bosses. You do good job, you get a good promotion. But that same, you may have done it for years, very good. But the year you fail to do it, you are out of the job. That is the nature of this world. Okay. But Krishna is never like that. Krishna is never like that. Krishna is so loving. He always cares in every moment. We could be a rascal, but if we love Krishna, Krishna. And if Krishna loves us, then no matter whatever rascal we would be, and I would talk about myself, but Krishna is just unlimitedly kind. He's unlimitedly merciful. So with that, okay, I would end it. Anyone else has any question or comments? Finally checking.
Yes, I do have a question.
Yes, Ramu. Your name is Ramu or Rama?
Ramu.
Okay, Ramu.
Ramu.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
First of all, thank you so much for this beautiful webinar.
Hare Krishna.
And those miseries you described were completely new to me. And I had a question about the Satya you described about, like it is connected to the source, right?
Which one? Prabhu?
The Satya Gun.
Oh, Sattva Gun. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So my question is, how do I identify the people with the Satya around me?
Okay, so this is very clearly mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. We will go through this in more detail. Actually, I was very honestly, I was thinking of covering that topic today. How do we identify this people in Sattva Gun? But then, okay, seeing that, okay, there are many new joinees, I wanted to cover something, okay, where everyone can come up to the same speed. So the best way to identify Sattva Gun is, if we see, there are many ways, but the best way is, okay, if someone is calm and composed, okay, there are many different ways of identifying. If someone is calm and composed at all times, that is the nature of Sattva. Rajo is very passionate. Okay, they are generally very aggressive. They are very bossy about things. Okay, and Tamoguna is okay, generally they are very confused. Okay, generally someone who is an alcoholic, they may think that, okay, I will do so many things. But after having an alcohol, okay, they will think, okay, I will do sometime else. They will not do anything. Rajo is okay, very, very passionately, okay, I have to do this. Targets, these are the targets. And Sattva is okay, in all situation, they are happy in every situation. Another way to look at Sattva is okay, the food habits. One who has a sattvic diet, who has a vegetarian diet, who avoids onion garlic, who avoids intoxicants, who avoids even tea, coffee. That is a sattvic food. Because tea and coffee has caffeine. Okay, which is why we get addicted to that. Then there is sattva in terms of your times of sleep. Okay, one may be an early riser. Early riser is in the sattvic mode. But what happens generally is we may have some sattva gun, but we may not have all the sattva gun. It starts from there. So what we should do is we should not judge others with this. We should judge ourselves, and we should try to see what is that association which will lift me from my gunas. Okay, and we should take that saintly association, because at our work, okay, if we should try to seek for, whether it is work or anywhere, we should try to see if there is any devotee who is sincere in his practices. If we get that, that is the best thing. If we do not get that, then at least we should try to avoid those ones who are in the raju or tamogun. Definitely tamogun we should avoid. Okay, if we have to work with rajogun, we should work with them, but we should not be influenced by them.
Right.
A rajoguni may say that, okay, oh, you know what, I went to a vacation at that place, Florida. Okay, and it's very nicely, okay, we should book this hotel and this thing, that thing. Okay, and this food is good. If we develop a desire by that, that means we are getting influenced by that. When we come in association with devotees, what happens is, when we start liking them, okay, and we tend to accept a desire that, okay, let me also lead my life in this way, I can also be happy because I am totally stressed out.
Right.
Then start living life in that way. So one of the things is like, okay, Ramu Prabhu like, okay, is, since I believe like you are in Detroit, right, Prabhu?
Right. Yeah.
So in Detroit, like, okay, we have this, especially from very close from the university, we have this temple, ISKCON Detroit, like, okay. Then
Yeah. Sometimes I used to go there. Yeah.
yeah, so if you come there on Sundays, especially on Sundays in the evenings, like around 5 o'clock, if you come, there is a large group of devotees who come, and there is a spiritual music, and they have this wonderful feast also. You do this exercise, you just observe the people who are participating in those kirtans. Okay, some of them, like, okay, may not know to sing well, or may not be best of the dancers, but when they join this, right, they go into a different platform itself.
That's true. I'm also a flutist as a musician.
Oh,
Like
you're a flutist?
Yeah.
Then I would suggest you bring your flute actually.
Okay.
Yes, I would be there actually. I would make sure that, okay, you can play the flute.
Right. Okay.
Yes, please come with your flute. It will be so nice. Actually, and there is this flute is so dear to Krishna actually.
Yeah, that's true.
So please, yeah, come, and you can experience it for yourself. And when you are doing something for the pleasure of Krishna, right, you will see that the joy that you get from within, right, it is something which you cannot express to anyone. It
Right.
goes beyond the world actually. See,
Yeah.
and what I'm saying is, like, you may have a joy, like, okay, see, I'll tell you, you came to this country, okay, you had one type of joy. You got
Right.
a good university, you will have one type of joy. Then
Yeah.
you got a good job, you will have another joy. But even if you combine all these joys together, right, and many other, all the lifetime joys, it will be not even a fraction of, like, the joy that you get when you actually please Krishna, because he gives the joy. He is the source of all joy.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I want to finish up my question. Like, I'm a vegetarian,
Uh-huh.
but I eat onions and garlic. Uh, I'm vegetarian and kind of not kind of, but I'm calm and peaceful.
Mhm.
And like you said, those kind of people fall in sattva. But it sounds weird, but uh, my wife tells me that I fall in tamas or some kind of rajas. Uh, what do you say about that?
Uh, so here is the thing. See, I will tell you a funny thing.
Okay.
So the thing is, like, okay, it could be, there could be many scenarios. Like, I don't know in what context, I don't know there. But
Right.
some, let's say if someone is angry with us, like, okay, they give a comment, like, okay, we should take that and we should analyze that, okay, why this is being told to us, and see if there is any room for improvement there. For
Right.
for what scenario, and then if there is any, if you want to personally talk to me about that, like, okay, we can take that offline also and discuss
I
about
would
that.
be so grateful for that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And uh, and and the whole idea is, like, okay, see, no matter what we are currently, but one thing is for sure, if we take to this bhakti path sincerely, whatever are our anarthas, means whatever are the unwanted qualities that we have, right, they slowly start dropping off. Okay, in this, anyone who takes to this practice, right, what happens is all the unwanted qualities go away and all the good qualities they fill in, because you are embracing Krishna. You know how it works? It is like, mud, right? So you take a big drum and
Mhm.
just assume that at the end of the drum, like, okay, there is a tap. You keep the tap open. So there is a muddy water. Like, okay, if you keep the tap open, what will happen is those muddy water, black water will come out, right? But
Right.
from the top, you start pouring in unlimited milk. And now you are just shaking this water. So what will happen? Slowly that black water which is coming, right? That black water will become dark brown.
Right.
Slowly, it will become dark gray, then a little light gray, then lighter gray, lighter gray, lighter gray. You are mixing, and there is unlimited milk flowing from here. What will happen ultimately? It will become pure as milk, because all the dirt has gone and the milk has come out. That is the effect of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the effect of taking shelter of Krishna. One becomes fully purified. And when he becomes fully purified, what happens? Godly qualities, Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, godly qualities starts manifesting in that person. And no matter what his past is, he's completely pure actually. And not just pure, but like that person's presence itself like can purify others.
Okay.
I hope
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. That is very clear.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.